My stuck-up brother-in-law called me an off-brand Stormy Daniels at Christmas dinner, so my husband slapped him in the face. Logan's been a problem since the day my sister married him 6 years ago. At their wedding, he complained the champagne was grocery store quality even though my parents spent $4,000 on the bar. Last Thanksgiving, he told my sister she was playing servant while she was literally cooking a 22-pound turkey for his family. She just smiled and kept basting. My husband Aaron has wanted to knock him out for years. I've always been the one saying, family is family, and keep the peace. This Christmas, I planned everything perfectly to avoid drama. We agreed to host at our place, our first time since buying the house in September. I spent 3 days deep cleaning, bought a $200 centerpiece from the farmer's market, and made a charcuterie board with $80 worth of imported cheeses and meats. Aaron set up the dining room with our new plates we'd gotten as housewarming gifts. When they arrived at 5 p.m., Logan was actually pleasant. He complimented our house, brought a decent bottle of wine, and even helped Aaron set up extra chairs. My sister looked relaxed for once. I thought maybe he'd finally grown up. I made Hugo spritzers, Prosecco, elderflower, mint, and soda water. They'd become my holiday obsession after trying them at a rooftop bar in August. Everyone loved them. We were on our third round by 6:30, still grazing on the charcuterie because I was timing dinner for 7. Nobody had eaten much that day. The drinks were hitting harder than I'd planned, but everyone seemed happy. We were talking about normal stuff. My sister's new job at the dental office, Aaron's promotion to site manager, their plans to redo their kitchen. I excused myself to the bathroom around 6:45. When I came back 2 minutes later, the entire energy had shifted. Aaron's jaw was clenched. My sister was staring at her lap. Logan had that expression, the one where he thinks he's the smartest person in the room. I caught the tail end of Aaron's sentence. Not okay to talk about women like that, especially not in this house. Logan laughed. Oh, come on, I'm just being realistic about— You're being disgusting, Aaron interrupted. Logan leaned back in his chair, swirling his drink. This is why I can't take you seriously. You act all high and mighty, but your wife is straight up an off-brand Stormy Daniels. The room went dead silent. My sister gasped. I stood frozen in the doorway, my face burning. Logan sat there with his trademark smirk, the one he makes when he thinks he's delivered a knockout punch in an argument. He adjusted his glasses and reached for another piece of salami like nothing happened. Aaron stood up so fast his chair scraped against our hardwood floors. Before I could say anything, before Logan could register what was happening, Aaron reached across my expensive centerpiece and slapped him across the face. Not a punch, an open-handed slap that echoed through our dining room. Logan's glasses flew off and skittered across the table. His head snapped to the side. For 3 full seconds, nobody moved. Then Logan started screaming, "You psycho! I'm calling the cops! That's assault!" Aaron didn't raise his voice. "Get out of my house!" Logan kept yelling, his face bright red, one hand on his cheek. "You can't just get out!" My sister was already gathering her purse, her hands shaking. She wouldn't look at me. Logan stood up, still running his mouth about lawyers and charges and how we'd regret this. I finally found my voice. "I think you should leave, now." They moved toward the door. Logan was still muttering threats under his breath. As he bent down to grab his coat, Aaron picked up Logan's glasses from the table and held them out. "Merry Christmas," Aaron said flatly. Logan snatched them and stormed out. My sister followed without a word. We heard their car start, then peel out of our driveway. Aaron and I stood in our dining room, surrounded by untouched food and half-empty drinks. The centerpiece was slightly askew from where his arm had reached across. One of the wine glasses had tipped over, a small red stain spreading across our new tablecloth. Then Aaron looked at me and said, "I'm sorry, I shouldn't have." I kissed him hard. That night, instead of cleaning up after ungrateful family, I gave my husband the best Christmas present he's ever received. The dinner I'd spent 3 days planning stayed cold on the counter. We had leftover charcuterie for breakfast. It tasted perfect.